Do you know that moment when someone who pulled away suddenly comes back into your life? Maybe it's a message that they sent out of nowhere. Maybe it's a call after weeks or months of silence. And as soon as you see their name, your heart starts to race. Part of you feels the excitement that familiarity spark, the tiny voice that says, maybe this time it will be different. But another part of you remembers the pain, the confusion, and the emotional distance that came before. It's that mix of hope and fear that makes this question so hard. Should you take the avoidant back? If that's where you are right now, I want to help you slow down and look at what's really happening, not just in their mind, but in both of your nervous systems. Because what most people don't realize is that these cycles of coming close and pulling away are not only emotional patterns, they are biological ones. They live in the body as much as they live in the story. My name is Luna Aime, and I'm a life and attachment style coach and author of several books on attachment styles. And you can find the links to my books in the description box below. And what I do is I help people heal their attachment patterns, their attachment wounds, retrain their nervous systems, and reconnect with love that finally feels safe instead of unpredictable. So let's dive in. Avoidant partners often return after some time apart. And it's not always because they've suddenly changed. You have to know that. Usually, what's happened is that their nervous system has finally calmed down. During closeness, their body is interpreting the emotional intensity as danger. Their system goes into survival mode, and distance becomes the only way to breathe again for them. So once enough time passes, the distance lowers their internal alarm. They feel safe again. And from that calm place, they start missing you. So when they reappear, it can sound like, I've been thinking about you, or I missed what we had. And you might think maybe they've realized something. But in truth, what's often happened is that their body has relaxed. Not necessarily their patterns have relaxed. It's not manipulation on their side, it's dysregulation. Their biology has learned to equate closeness with threat and distance with safety. And here is where it gets complicated. The moment they text or call, your own body wakes you up. Your heart pounds, your breath shortens, your mind floods with memories. That reaction isn't weakness, it's your attachment system lighting up like a flare. It's the part of you that's been waiting for the relief. Your nervous system remembers the pain of separation. And when contact comes again, it releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. These chemicals give you an instant feeling of hope and comfort. It's the body's way of saying maybe the danger is over. But that chemical rush can blur the reality. And before you even think, you're emotionally back in the relationship, even if nothing has really changed. Avoidant individuals live in an internal conflict. They crave the closeness, yet their body has learned that closeness means losing control, being overwhelmed, or even being hurt. So when the relationship deepens, their nervous system triggers the same stress response that someone else might feel in an argument or in an accident. So what they feel is like a heart rate increase, their muscles tighten, their mind goes into survival thinking. And that's the fight, flight, or freeze pattern. Some of them leave suddenly, and that's flight. Some of them shut down emotionally and stay but seem distant. That's freeze. And when they finally pull away completely, their body finds the relief. So they misinterpret the relief as clarity and tell themselves, maybe I just wasn't in love anymore. But what they've really done is regulated through disconnection. So when they return, they're not coming from deep emotional transformation. They are coming from a nervous system that's finally quiet. And until they learn to stay regulated while being close, this same cycle will repeat. This cycle like connection, overwhelm, withdrawal, calm, reconnection, and back again. So before you reply to that message or agree to meet, take a pause. Your body will want the certainty immediately. So it wants to know if this means you'll get closure, reunion, or relief. But reacting from that state will almost always put you back in the same loop. So, what to do? Let's ground together for a moment. Place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Take a slow, deep breath into your lower abdomen so that your belly expands, not your chest, and do it for 4 seconds. And then exhale gently through your mouth, letting the breath be a little longer for 6 seconds. Try to repeat it at least for 5 minutes. As you breathe this way, your vagus nerve activates and is signaling to your body that you are safe in this moment. You are safe right now. Now, cross your arms into a gentle self hug. Rest each hand on the opposite arm. Breathe again. As you exhale, squeeze softly. Feel your warmth. You're literally giving your body the reassurance it's been looking for from someone else. That physical touch releases oxytocin, your body's safety hormone, and it tells it to your system that we are okay. I've got you. And once your breath slows and your body feels more grounded, that's when you can begin to look at the situation more clearly. So ask yourself now, are they truly showing up differently this time, or am I hoping that they will change? Are they willing to talk about the past openly, to take accountability, to sit in the discomfort of emotions without deflecting or minimizing? Real change isn't their words, it's in their nervous system. Someone who has started healing feels slower, more emotionally present. They don't rush to fix things. They pause to understand. They don't avoid the eye contact or change the topic when feelings arise. You can sense regulation in them, the calm, steady energy that replaces defensiveness. If what you feel instead is the tension, the inconsistency, or avoidance of real conversation, then their nervous system is still wired the same way. And no matter how much you love them, you cannot create safety in someone else's body. It's also important to understand why you feel so drawn back. The anxious part of your attachment associates reconnection with safety. So when they come back, it soothes your anxiety temporarily, which is why the relief feels like love. But the chemistry of relief is not the chemistry of safety. That high-low roller coaster keeps your system stuck in a state of survival. So you begin to crave them not for who they are, but for the temporary calm they bring. That's why regulating your nervous system is so essential. Because when you calm your body first, you can distinguish love from relief. You can sense the difference between I want connection and I need it to feel okay. When I work with clients, this is exactly where we start. We start by separating emotional truth from nervous system noise. And then we build the internal safety that allows them to respond to relationships with clarity instead of urgency. So, if you'd like support doing that work, there's a link in the description box with information about my one-on-one coaching. It's there for you whenever you are ready for deeper guidance. Now, let's look at what real change in an avoidant partner might look like. You'll know that they are growing when they can name their fears out loud instead of hiding them. When they say, I realize I withdraw when things felt intense and I want to work on staying present next time, you will feel it. You will feel it when they don't vanish during emotional conversations, but take space while still communicating. Healing avoidance moves slower, but they stay. Their nervous system still needs time, but they are learning that safety can exist inside connection. That's the difference between avoidance and healing. One runs from discomfort, the other learns to breathe through it. If you are seeing that, then maybe there's space to rebuild. But if the behavior still makes your body tighten, if you feel that knot in your stomach, that's your data. Your body never lies. And if you decide that nothing really changed, honor the truth. Stepping away doesn't mean you failed. It just means that your body finally trusts you to protect it. Closure isn't always a conversation. Sometimes it's a deep exhale that says, I don't need to repeat this to understand it. When that urge to reach out comes, put your hand on your heart and whisper, I'm safe in my own energy. Feel what it's like to stay instead of chase. Every time you do that, you're rewiring your attachment system, teaching your body that peace is possible without external permission. And if you've ever decided to give it another try, move slowly. Keep communication simple, grounded, and nervous system aware. Have important talks when both of you are calm. Remember to make eye contact, breathe, notice your tone. You're not aiming for perfection here. You're aiming for awareness. When you feel yourself getting anxious, pause. Breathe into your belly, do the butterfly tap. Tell yourself, I can pause before I react. That pause is what changes the entire dynamic. It gives both of you space to self-regulate, and it keeps the connection from collapsing under pressure. And that's what secure energy looks like. Not pretending to be unbothered, but being anchored enough to stay curious instead of react. So whether you take them back or not, this moment is an invitation to learn about your own nervous system. It's showing you where love still feels like danger, where your body still associates uncertainty with loss of safety. Once you heal that, you stop seeking intensity and you start valuing consistency. You stop trying to prove your worth and start protecting your peace. And that shift, that calm, grounded energy is what attracts healthy love. Because secure relationships don't begin with constant reassurance. They begin with self-regulation. You stop needing others to calm you, and that changes the kind of people you draw in. So when the avoidant comes back, don't rush to ask, should I take them back? Ask instead, can my body stay calm and open in this connection? Because if the answer is no, your body is already giving you the clarity your mind is searching for. And if this video resonated with you, I've created a free attachment regulation map, and it will help you to understand how each attachment style reacts in the body and give you practical tools to calm your nervous system when all the kind of triggers appear. You'll find the link right below in the description box. And if you're ready to go deeper, to truly retrain your nervous system and create love that feels peaceful and secure, you can check out my one-on-one coaching as well. Remember, healing doesn't mean taking the avoidant back or walking away. It means knowing how to stay at peace, whatever they do. The more regulated you become, the calmer love will feel for you. Take a slow breath, drop your shoulders, and remind yourself you are safe and you are doing beautifully. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.